This week will be the start to our Olympic tribute. We are going to be bringing you the standings and detailed profiles on some of the athletes. We will discuss new technology and how it's affecting the games, as well as bring you nutrition information on what athletes are eating to compete for this year's Olympics. The 2008 Olympics have started off at record-setting paces. In the first 4 days, 48 records have already been broken. The U.S. team has already broken over 15 records in swimming alone, more than the total number broken in Athens only 4 years ago. Eller Watson also broke the Olympic record for double trap shooting, scoring an almost perfect score of 190 points. The Chinese team isn't faring badly either, taking home the title to 5 new weightlifting records. Korea seems to have been very focused in their archery competition, setting 4 new records and taking home 2 new golds. Medal standings so far are putting the U.S. in the lead, with a total of 22 medals. China is closely trailing with 20, followed by Korea at 12 and Australia with 10. Italy, Russia, and France are in the 5th place, each with 9 medals. Remarkably, China has medaled in every sport so far, with the exceptions of cycling, equestrian, and kayaking. The gymnastics competition heats up with America and China in a close match. China ends up holding it down to take home their first team gold. And Phelps is still on track to take home a record-setting 8 golds this year, most in Olympic history. He has already beat previous record holders for total golds. The U.S. also took home a gold, silver, and bronze during the women's individual fencing competition, while Carrie Walsh and Misty May hold down an unbeaten beach volleyball record. Can't get enough? Be sure to check the website for more in-depth numbers and stories from this year's Olympic Games. Be sure to keep watching our ongoing coverage next week as we bring you the results of Week 2. You can find more information like a medal list and standings from the first week at thefitshow.tv. So what is setting these competitors apart? We like to believe it has a lot to do with technology, which actually brings us into our Fit Tech segment. Many of the new records set had some influence from the new technological advances taking place in apparel this year. Equipment manufacturers are always coming up with new products that are supposed to supplement your talent. As far as the new technologies go, the manufacturers always look to use athletes competing at Olympics for their major proving grounds. Here are a few technologies you can find this year. Nike Flywire. Nike's new Flywire technology uses a suspension-based system to reduce the amount of fabric weighing shoes down. The new shoes are designed on a computer and stitched by machines as opposed to hands. This technology, along with Lunar Light foam, will help Nike to produce the lightest competition shoes in nearly every sport. Nike Hyperdunk, probably the most prominent and well-known shoe to use the new Flywire technology. Nearly every team competing this year will use the basketball shoe. Kobe Bryant produced several viral videos to successfully market this line. Nike Aerographics. Nike has had several new innovations debuting at the Olympics, and their jerseys will be another. The Nike Aerographics technology uses very lightweight and breathable materials to craft this new jersey. The front boasts designs from tattoo artists and perforated breathing holes. The main goal will be a reduction in the player's core temperatures. Speedo's new wetsuit. The Speedo Laser is possibly the most controversial full-body swimsuit to date, not because it's revealing, but because it's concealing. The new Laser is a lightweight, water-repelling suit that molds the body with seamless panels to create a perfect water-cutting form. Be assured every American will be wearing one. Adidas is also among the pack with the Adidas Lone Star. These track shoes, designed for Jeremy Werner, will be the lightest on the track. When Adidas professionals noticed a small difference in Jeremy's stride, they found a way to take advantage. Not only will the shoes be crafted from the lightest materials available, carbon nanotubes, but they will also feature asymmetrical track spikes designed to bounce off the track rather than pierce it. The spikes will also push Jeremy around corners faster than others. Technology is only one part of the repertoire that makes an athlete into an Olympian. Their diet has much to do with it. So for this week's Olympic nutrition segment, we profile Michael Phelps, the most winning swimmer ever, who eats an astonishing 12,000 calories each day. On a daily basis, you can find Michael eating nearly 3,000 calories every meal. The New York Post has posted an article on their website profiling his gorge-like habits. The 12,000 calorie regimen totally disregards the USDA's recommended daily intake by about 600%. But how can a single 22-year-old 200-pounder stand up to that many calories? Well, that's just the thing about nutrition. Everyone has a different body, and even more important is their metabolism. What may surprise you even more is the fact that Michael has very little restrictions on what he is allowed to eat. Someday, you might even find him at Pizza Hut gorging down a whole pizza with some of their new pasta as a side dish. The sheer amount of food Michael puts down is one factor that makes his metabolism so high. But the most important factor is his training regimen. Michael spends nearly 5 hours in the pool each morning, where you can find him swimming mile upon miles of laps to build speed and endurance. This type of exercising covers every area of his body and encompasses strenuous cardio comparable to that of running. Because of all this time in the pool, Michael never even has to step foot on a treadmill or lift a single weight. Most of us can't fit this nutrition regimen due to the lack of proper metabolism to match our training schedules. But does eating pizza and pasta make you a world-class athlete? I think not. Instead, try swimming 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. And for this week's Olympic training segment, at this year's Olympics, America has shelled out the cash to Beijing Normal University to open its state-of-the-art training facility away from other competitors. The United States Olympic Committee, or USOC, signed an agreement to use their gym as an Olympic training facility in 2007 at the cost of $3 million. Those $3 million also represent nearly 25% of their budget for the 2008 Olympics. The facility boasts a 5-story gym complete with 2 indoor tracks, an indoor pool, as well as basketball, volleyball, badminton, and tennis courts. There is also a fully loaded gymnastics floor. The Beijing Normal Gymnasium boasts over 16,000 square meters, allowing the U.S. athletes to train for nearly every sport. In 2000, at the Athens Games, the USOC partnered up with 24 Hour Fitness to help in providing and setting up equipment. That partnership lives on today, with 24 Hours sending 21 personal trainers that they are calling fitness ambassadors to ensure the proper preparation of the equipment and facilities. The USOC has also rented on-campus housing from Beijing Normal that will include 29 professor suites and rooms in an 8-story dorm complex. After awaking, the athletes can eat at any of the 3 on-location restaurants or in their cafeteria where the food has been imported from America. Several American companies have donated foodstuffs like protein bars and energy drinks that athletes can easily get their hands on. In most cases, the facility has more than doubled the amount of time our athletes have to train daily. One example would be a 2-hour slot for volleyball players as opposed to a 45-minute session at the Olympic Village. Did I forget to mention the facilities are a mere 15-minute drive? This facility is providing the U.S. team with a yet unmatched advantage, but how will the athletes fare with their increased training opportunities? I guess we will just have to find out on the next episode. This is Hannah Gordon. We'll see you next time.